on Lo-Q-Tion is actually in my backyard by the grill next to a fresh brisket that just came off. Today, I got Joy Victorian here. We're gonna talk to him for a bit and get some information from him, find out what's going on with him, how he started, and where does he see it going. Also, got a special guest. We got Ron Connor. You Want That Smoke Barbecue. He just came in just to be right next to us, man. So the brothers are here. Let's get it going. All right, here we go. All right, man. It's all yours. I made it just for you, so I have to make sure that if I get a true Texan to taste this brisket, that's how I know it's something. All right.
So
Let's see what you got.
Piece of the fatty part, moist. Got good smoke on it.
That's all I need to hear. All right.
Got good seasoning on it.
Thank you, sir.
Good, man.
Thank you. That's what I need to hear. That's what I need to hear,
All
man.
I need now is a piece of bread and a pickle.
Right. Oh, man, Jesus Christ. All right.
I do it, man.
Yeah, it is. It is. You told me something about a baked potato too.
Oh yeah.
Brisket on baked potato as well.
All the way, man.
Like, you gotta show me a picture of this because I need to copy that. Just so I can
I'll
try
send
it.
it to
I
you.
need to try that. Like for real.
Send you a picture.
So Joy Victoria here, Victorian's Barbecue, Houston, Texas. He came up here visiting us for the Windy City Smokeout, and you know what? We had to roll out the red carpet for the brother. So we got him back here. I stole him away and told Ron to help me, and so we stole him away to do this, and now about to get it going. So tell me about Victorian's Barbecue, man. What's the vision?
Victorian's Barbecue, I started barbecuing about 29 years ago. And the vision of it was always really to hang out with my friends and play music and cook barbecue. That's what I grew up, the way I grew up and everything else. So I'm gonna put that towards the restaurant. Right. So we're gonna have a stage, we're gonna have some great food. Hopefully all my friends will stop by all the time. You guys are always welcome, the door is always open. But right now we're just building it out. We're doing everything ourselves. As a black man in today's society and everything else that's going on, I felt that it was time for me to own my own stuff, my own building and everything else, because things were getting out of hand with rent and all this other stuff that just didn't make sense. But, and I try to talk to our community and everything else and let them know it is possible. The one thing I would it's crazy because the one thing I would tell anyone that wants to do this is get your credit right. Get your credit right. When your credit right, they start flooding you with things.
Absolutely.
So, but it's going to be in Mart, Texas, which is about 18 minutes from Waco.
Okay.
East of Waco. 2-hour drive from Houston, hour and a half from Dallas, hour and a half from Austin.
Awesome.
In the middle. Two beautiful brick buildings. They look like these buildings.
Nice. Yeah, we got a lot of brick buildings.
Yeah, love it.
Absolutely.
Love it.
All right, cool. So you said you started 29 years ago. What inspired you to going to doing this full time? Going into doing this, hey, I think I got something here. Let's do it. What inspired you?
Yeah. So I started cooking barbecue for a girl. And
That's
her
how
family.
It all starts. That's how it all starts.
But I burned everything.
Show my skills.
Right.
Because I sauced it before I even cooked it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it all burned, the sugar burned, everything burned. So from then on, I was determined to make it right. And then later on in life, it ended up me being here. But I used to play fiddle. I still do. And we go to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And at the rodeo, there was always a cook-off, which is huge now. It's the world's biggest cook-off. But as kids, we would go to the fiddle contest and walk around. It was just a little tailgating back then. But my favorite thing to do was go and get, they had this really thin slice jerky. Filled with black pepper on top of it, right? And just as a kid, remembering that flavor profile, that black pepper and everything else. And that's what Texas barbecue is, a lot of black pepper.
Right. Now that's funny you said that because I think in some cases, black pepper is kind of taboo in certain parts of of barbecue around the country. In Chicago, we're not necessarily known for black pepper on our barbecue. More or less, it's like a sweet sauce, and you know what I mean. I actually like the black pepper concept. I feel like salt and pepper is something that's so universal, and black pepper for me, in addition to the sweetness, in addition to it depends on what you cook. I would never put sauce on my food. It is, it is what it is.
I get kicked out of Texas.
See what I'm saying? And I think staying true to that. You know what I mean? And understanding where brisket is most popular at, and even here, following those rules. And not to say that barbecue has rules, but you can still play around a little bit and see what works and what doesn't work. You know what I mean? So, what was the dish that you felt as though didn't work and you don't remember?
Pulled pork.
Really?
Pulled pork. I mean, it's delicious, but not enough people buy it in Texas because Texas is beef. It's just the way it is.
Right.
So I remember starting off, I made some pork butts and maybe sold one or two pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh wow.
Or pulled pork by the pound. It just wasn't the thing.
That makes sense.
So that's something that I would love for it to work because it's a lot cheaper than buying a brisket.
See that a lot.
So you got $5.99 a pound, or even up to $8.99 a pound. Opposed to a pork butt, it might be $1.99, 99 cents, or something like that.
Depending on the time of year. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I actually was gonna cook a pork shoulder for today, along with the brisket. But
Nah, you did a great job, man. Great job. Tender. I mean, you can look at it.
It's great.
I'm gonna pull one of these out. Where's your knife? Pull one of these out. We were just looking at it.
Can't believe it's still hot like that. Look at that. Look at that bend.
And it tears real easily. It holds up.
Damn, you gotta understand that means a lot coming from Joey, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like it makes me feel I work really hard. You know what I mean? As we all do. You know what I mean? But when we have a dish that we are trying to do and we can't get it right as consistently as we want to. This was that dish for me. Brisket. I one day I get it right, the next day it'd be like I know what I did wrong. So now I'm finally starting to get it consistent.
So you also have to understand with barbecue, you're dealing with the elements.
It's true. Yep.
Humidity outside, the rain, the this, the that. The cow, you can buy two briskets you thought were identical, and both of them are gonna cook totally different.
Right.
Totally different. So it's always a little bit of a crapshoot,
Yeah.
A little bit of anxiety before you open it up, that bag, and you're like, oh, thank God.
So while we were sitting here opening the bag up, I'm like, damn, Joey be here, man. I hope this motherfucker come out right, because if it don't, it's gonna be embarrassing. So, I appreciate that.
You did a good job. You did a great job.
Get the seal of approval. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that from you guys, man. Yeah, absolutely. So, you have any questions for me?
Joey, who was you had a mentor or any big influences that really shaped you? You got started or still continue
For cooking?
For cooking, yeah.
No.
No, really.
Nobody. Real. That's why.
Okay.
A lot of failure.
Yeah.
Let's teach it.
But yeah, you fail forward, you watch a YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
I can't say that I had any real mentor that was over me all the time, but I've had friends I've asked questions, no one that took my hand and did anything for me.
Right.
It was all me, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All me.
Excellent.
That's crazy you said that. I think that I felt like it was like that. Some things did inspire me, You know what I mean? But I didn't have necessarily a teacher or a mentor. I just, like, it was people that inspired me to do it. I had, like, my stepfather, he made a really good rib. And, you know, it was the first time I made a rib out of any sauce. And I was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then as time went by and I decided to start cooking for friends and things like that, then my mom had bought me Pappy's from St. Louis. And
Is it a franchise from the one that we see?
yeah, the same spot. And the original owner, Mike Emerson, who he's retired now, he sold it, you know what I'm saying, and they still run it the same, you know what I mean? And when I tasted that rib, I said, holy cow, that's it. So it's more or less like people have inspired me.
Yeah.
Their styles and things like that, and I've watched TV and done all these things, and I put in the work. I got in the lab. I call this my lab. I got in the lab, and I got to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's basically a similar situation where just watching.
All you got to do is,
Failing.
if you need help with anything, all you got to do is ask. I don't have secrets. Secrets are for suckers.
That's right. I agree.
You know, I can tell you how to do something, right?
Yep.
And you might want to execute it differently yourself.
Right.
But I want to give you at least, you know, the basics.
Absolutely.
Of what's going on.
And I love that because I'm a reach. No matter how good I believe I am, I'm always gonna go and pull from
got to,
my
man.
people. You know what I mean? So we can, you know, and that's what we have to.
And
do.
we have to share things with each other.
Right,
You know?
right.
We have to bring each other up.
Okay.
A lot of times they kind of keep us down, or forget about us in the history books.
Yeah, of course.
You know, but we gonna make up for it.
We definitely
We're about to make up for it.
Speaking of making up for it, speaking of the history books, Joey this year was one of the recipients of the Kingsford Charcoal Preserve the Pit grant. Now, those of you who remember last year,
Thank you.
I received the same grant, but it ain't about me. Joey's the man. You know what I mean?
So we're Kingsford family.
The Kingsford
right
family, right. So shout out to Kingsford for Preserve the Pit, Dr. Conyers, and unknown
Kevin
Bledsoe, everybody.
B. Brian Furman.
Man,
all those guys.
Great, you know, a lot of the greats. You know what I mean? And that was such a great opportunity for us, especially for me. You know, trying to get starting up and things like that, and going into the situation. You know, kind of head first. I was cooking for years on Weber's. You know what I mean? Until I said, all right, okay, I need to start getting up there now. It's time to move this sucker around. So, you know, Preserve the Pit did a lot for me.
Yeah,
you know, in that situation.
Absolutely. They helped me out a lot too.
Yeah. So with that being said, how important? Well, let's piggyback off that.
Okay.
The importance of African Americans in barbecue. What do you think? What do you think about the role that we play, and what do you see coming next?
The role that we play, you know, we kind of get shut out from a lot of things. We need to put our foot in the door when they try to close it and be like, hold on, you know, we started this, and what we want to do is continue our traditions too, and you know, maybe not some people not take credit for everything.
Right.
You know, give us some credit.
Right.
You know, give us credit. So you know, that's always been something, you know, I've always wanted to do, and now I feel like I'm getting the platform to do it.
Yep.
And that's what I want to do. I want to keep bringing different black pitmasters up and everything else. And I was telling, you know, Kevin, and I was telling him that what I want to do is start doing classes, you know, for black pitmasters and younger kids.
That's great.
You know,
That's great, man.
Because I want to let them know, you know, there's some tricks and some other stuff that nobody's gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna tell you, you know,
Yeah.
about social media, about how to cut your brisket.
Yeah.
About, if you want to know all that, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
We can't let everybody pass us by all the time.
Yep.
So,
And look past us as well.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. That concept actually is what I've been trying to think about and work on building up the next young pitmasters here in Chicago, and even young chefs in general. You know what I mean? Just here in Chicago, and if they have a passion, just keep them off the streets, one, and two, give them something that they can love and enjoy, and something that can feed their families.
And for me, it's a little bit easier than anyone that's darker than me, because some people don't even see me as black. They see me as something else, and so they kind of relax a little, I guess you could say. But I let them know straight, I'm black.
Yeah.
You need to know this.
Right.
So
You saying you're the barge of barbecue?
Yeah. That's me. High yellow barbecue. That might be taken.
Yeah.
Look
Look it up.
The Elder Barge
Elder Barbecue.
Elder Barge.
Yeah, Elder Barbecue. There you go.
There you go.
I love it.
Pay us later.
Yeah, you heard it here
Don't
first.
catch on.
Hey, send me a check in the mail. All
There
right?
you go. There you go.
All right, so great, man. So Victorian, Lord, jeez. All right, so Victorian's Barbecue. You're gonna open 2 locations?
No, just
Or
one.
just one? Okay.
Just one right now.
All right, cool, awesome. And what are we looking like for the opening day?
I'm hoping the beginning of March.
Beginning of March. That sounds right.
Yeah, because I've got traveling. I actually leave for Australia in a few days.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
And then I come back, and then we still got to build out and everything else, and then winter's gonna hit, and it's gonna be
yeah,
a little cold.
Winter here.
Oh yeah, y'all no. I'm complaining about like 50 degrees. You guys.
So
We still
watch
wear
this.
shorts.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch this. Imagine this. And he can tell you. I know he does it. Do you still cook in the winter?
Yes.
Constantly, right?
Yes.
I've cooked where I have to shovel my way through this back, and we talking about snow was up to
Yeah.
here.
Wow.
I had to shovel my way through this back. Like you said, you barbecue and the elements are like your best friend, your worst enemy, and it's just trying. In the winter, it's trying. It's good. It still comes out the way you want it. You gotta love what you do in order to work the elements like we do. You know what I'm saying? In general, I can imagine how hot it can be in Texas and having to work on firebox. You know what I mean? So and I've been down in Texas, and that heat is it's a different heat. That's a different.
Especially those who got pit rooms.
Yeah, you talked about that yesterday.
You might faint in there.
Yeah. He said it had to be 100 degrees outside, pit room about 150. No, thank you.
I think someone posted the other day it was 126 in there.
Definitely gotta love what you do.
Oh
You
yeah,
gotta love
man.
it.
This is a passion. Sometimes, I'm like, why the hell am I doing this?
I just
And then you're like, I need to cook a brisket.
Yeah.
It goes away that quick.
It's an art. It's art.
It's art form. Yeah. It's funny. With the last interview I did for the Lo-Q-Tion, I told the guys times where it's like, what am I doing? What are we doing? So like, I'm talking about on your feet for hours at a time. Whether you prepping or whether you're manning the smoker, you can't really sleep, especially when you run in the pit, because you really got to get up, check your fire, check your temps, and
No pellet smokers here.
no.
No pellet smokers here.
Don't just ignore the Traeger in the background. Okay, just ignore it.
When you're playing with fire.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the true way. That's the true way to learn. You can truly be called a pitmaster once you know how to handle that fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really what's anybody can put some stuff on the grill.
You gotta be able to control your fire. You gotta be able to control your temp. You can't control the elements, so whatever you can control,
Right.
take
Right.
advantage of it.
It took me about a month to master this thing, but it was almost like a bicycle. You know what I mean? It started getting it. Once I started getting it where I could get the temps, both of these thermometers run at the same temp.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I was.
Now you
I
did a
was
great
at a good
job,
place. I was
man.
at
You
a
did a
good
great
place.
job. I'm gonna finish this one too.
Even the lean pieces are nice.
Too bad it's not smell-o-vision.
Nope. Sorry, you gotta get your own order your brisket if you're here in Chicago. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. I think that was a great interview. Gotta have my boy Ron over here with us, man. So we're gonna sit back and enjoy some brisket and talk shit. And you guys are gonna like, share, and subscribe. Hit me up. Alright? This is Chef Daniel Hammond. I got Pitmaster Joy Victorian over here. I got Pitmaster Ron Connor over here. Shout out to everybody, Black Pitmasters. Everybody,
Yes.
alright? Shout out to everybody, alright? All of our friends, family, and loved ones. Windy City Smokeout was dope yesterday. We all were there. They were there more than I was, but we all were there.
4 days.
All right, I think you 3 days. So, man, we had a great time. Enjoy your day, guys, and I am out of here. Peace.